See what my average climb out speed is. I'm averaging over. I was like, do I get back into paramotoring? Do I go back into paramotoring? Oh, it's like auto-thermaling. Clip up. So let's go flying. Right, set, let's go. Well, neutral, may as well straight. See what my average climb out speed is. I'm averaging over 900 feet per minute climb rate. That is absolutely mental. If the camera will pick that up, that red dot, it's just started to come back down again. Let's reduce the power a little bit. Was averaging over 900 feet per minute climb rate with a factory R. Mark, this is a mental machine, mate. Mental. Bonkers. Right then, let's go and talk about stuff. Let's talk about stuff. Now, I don't know where Shelley's gone, so I know there's an aircraft going to be operating around here. I should have really done this flight yesterday, but I was working. And I wanted to sort of see how this aircraft would perform in thermals. But we've got a warm front coming through, it's all gone claggy, and there's no heat. And so it's there aren't really any thermals. But I'm just going to try to see how it feels with sort of thermaling turns. Because I know I've tried it before. It was a video I tried to make a while ago at New Farm, going up in the evening with sort of restitution lift over the forests. And that's when I noticed more about the adverse yaw. Again, I'm not trying to make this a teaching video, it's not a teaching video, but adverse yaw is when you roll, say you roll to the right, the nose initially goes to the left. Now in 3-axis aircraft, that's where coordinated turns come in to reduce the effects of it, and you get a nice smooth turn. Glider pilots have a bit of string, best instrument in the world. It means you can keep yourself in smooth, efficient flight. But on a Flexwing, there's no tail feathers to stop that, and so it's all how you tune the wing. But the thing I love about this Adam wing is that when you do actually roll it, I'm going to try and demonstrate now when I've got a steady roll. So I'm going to do a turn to the right to demonstrate this, and so the head cam will use this, although not many people like using the head cam. This adverse yaw is not very pronounced, so I'm going to good look from the left to the right. I'm going to turn to the right and I'm clear. So looking forward, there, it doesn't roll, it just goes straight in. There's no yaw to the left. And again, rolling to the right, it doesn't, there's no adverse yaw, it just stays and it's smooth, it's that Spitfire type feeling. It's lovely. Ooh, someone's got a nice tennis court down there. How'll the other half live? So we'll come back to doing some thermaling turns in a minute, but the main point is, I cannot believe there's one video I made. And I was chatting to my friend Paul Mockford, who's been one of my kind of videoing mentors. Sorry Paul, you know it's there. And Anthony Vella, their channels will be here and links in description, etc. Anyway, long story short, I made a video to Paul and I was like, mate, this video feels a bit cutty and shutty, you know. I'm not quite sure whether I should put it out. He went, no, it's true, it's honest. You know, the video was titled Paramotoring Ultralight. Now I use the word ultralight because not many people know what a microlight is, it's a UK term. So anyway, Paramotoring Ultralight, which one do I prefer? And the reason it was titled that way was purely because I got so many people asking me which one do I prefer, knowing that I've come from paramotors and then started flying sub 70. My friend Ian White says you didn't stop flying paramotors, you just don't fly them at the moment. He keeps telling me off when I say I stopped flying paramotors. But ultimately, I couldn't justify the cost of having the two machines. Anyway, roll forward a couple of years. So I sold my paramotor to my friend Carl, who's still flying it. I sold all my wings and went just solely into Flexwing, which I'm absolutely loving. Those that are sticking with the channel now know that I love flying Flexwings. And anyway, I went to the PMC fly-in. My friend Rab led me his atom powered machine and the new Viper XC. I was like, do I get back into paramotoring? Do I go back into paramotoring? And the thing I was sort of asking myself, and I started looking at the prices again, and this is probably the reason I haven't really considered it. I looked at the new Mav Max, £8,000 for just the engine and frame, £8,000. And then the wings, you're looking at £4,000 to £4,300. This is all new, by the way, and I'm going to compare new with new, because there's no point going, oh, you can buy them second hand for this. And I was like, well, that's 12 grand plus 600 or 700 for a reserve, etc. I had all the kit anyway, so that's just shy of £13,000. Okay, you can buy a base level PeaBee for £13,000. So they're still on price comparison, and I just couldn't justify going for that to sit there and have limited conditions that I can fly it in. So in reality, that's why I stopped flying paramotors, was because I couldn't justify the cost, and I can do so much more with my PeaBee aircraft, although I'm flying a Raptor today. Yeah, so please don't hate me in the comments for that one. It was more down to cost. Hang on a minute, we're going up like a rocket. Let's just try and get this thing all sorted out. So anyway, that's a bit of a ramble. Hopefully you haven't left me yet. So let's start looking at how badly I can do these turns for thermaling. Now bear in mind, I did do gliding, and I spent a lot of time going round and round and round and round in circles, trying to core a thermal, and I did it with the paragliding, going round and round and round and round, trying to core a thermal. So for me, it's going to be a novel experience of just going round and round and round and round in circles. Now I think Dan, the chap I interviewed, video here, is off on a lesson with Shelley today. We flew yesterday, so I really enjoyed that. It does look like there's a few thermals popping off, but it'll probably be later in the day when that happens. But yeah, let's see how this works. Just fingers. I don't think I'd be doing just fingers on a thermic day. But yeah, this thing just cruises around and round. Look at that. Good lookout. Oh, it's like auto-thermaling. That is so nicely balanced, Ben. That's really nice. Anyway, hopefully this won't be too much of a long video, and hopefully you're enjoying me just pootling around the sky. Thank you, Mark, for lending me your Raptor. The hardest thing I always used to find with finding thermals when I used to glide was actually just finding them, and it's reading the sky and the ground and other bits and pieces. Then when you start flying conventionally, you go, I can't get out of all this stuff. Why are there so many thermals around? See how quickly we can get down. Right. So we worked out how fast we can go up. I'm trying to work out how fast I can get down. Hey. That's bar fully in. I'm averaging 900 feet per minute down. And that's hard work, that is. God.
So everyone, just a bit of an outro from the flight briefing room. I really hope you enjoyed that video. Just some of my chuntering, some of my musings, a little bit of where the channel was developed from, and as I say, discussing about paramotors and costs. For me, I've always wanted to own my own aeroplane, and the PeaBee for me has been achieved that dream for me, although I was flying a Raptor in this flight. I hope you enjoyed my musings on the thermaling side of it. I have got a future thermaling video. Later that day it did become thermic. I went back up on Mark's machine, but I didn't vlog it. But I have vlogged one on my own machine, which will be quite interesting, because I'm talking to myself, trying to keep in the thermals, etc. As I say, it was just a bit of a musings video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and as I say, if you've got any thoughts or comments or questions that you've got reference what I've sort of chatted about in this video, please drop them in the comments. Those that know me say I always try and get back to you in the comments, but we'll wrap this video up here. Until next time everybody, fly safe.